All right, so check this out. This is super easy to do. What if you want to give like Angelina Jolie a totally different kind of haircut and see what it looks like? Or what if you want to give yourself a haircut because you want to see what you look like? Or you just want to make yourself look different online or whatever. You just want to add hair, different people just have fun because it's funny, like playing Barbie or something. Well, you can without any artistic talent. I'm going to show you how to do it. So first thing you need to do is download Invoke AI. I'm not going to go through all that now here. There are other YouTubers that talk about how to download it, or you can just get my new course where I show a bunch of other tips and tricks on how to create all kinds of awesome artwork. That does require some artistic skill, but not a whole lot. This one, though, this video requires no artistic talent, just some creative stuff that you want to do. So we take a picture and we can do it. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and upload a picture. So once you're in Invoke AI, get the picture you want. You can go online. You can literally just go online, grab a picture, and hit Control V and paste it in here. Like you can go copy, and I'll show that in a second. But first, I'm going to upload an image that I already have. So I made this one, but this is the original one. So I just grabbed this online real quick by just searching Angelina Jolie. Just grabbed an image that looked like it might be fun to tweak. Make sure that you reduce the image size in like a program you have that can reduce image sizes, like Photoshop, whatever, or Paint Storm, which only costs $20. And then because you don't want it to be too big, otherwise it takes too long to process in here. So this is a good image size, something about 704 pixels high should be fine. And then we're going to grab this brush right here, and all you want to do is just paint out where the hair is going to be. And if you want to give her bangs, make sure to paint where there's going to be bangs. But let's say I didn't want bangs. Let's say I kind of like this here. And sometimes you might have to go into like a paint program and paint out some of the hair, like especially if you're going to try to do something bald. You don't want to kind of paint all this hair out and try to make it look like the background or something. Otherwise, it will try to do that for you. And sometimes what it turns it into is kind of strange. All right, so just kind of paint the hair out like that. If you want it to be bigger, then make sure to give some extra pixels where it can work with that and make it bigger. If you want to go over her shoulders, make sure you can paint down here as well. That way it knows that you can use these pixels and turn it into hair. Right, so there you go. Now we have a lot of pixels utilized. And I'm just going to show you what happens if we do this one here. Make sure the strength's up kind of high. 0.7 should work great for this. And now we're going to have a bob haircut, but it's going to try to do it, typically bob haircut, it wants to do kind of with bangs. And so it's trying to add the bangs, but I didn't paint that there. So if you want to paint that there, it'll work. I'm going to hit X to get rid of that. Let's say, what would she look like if she had dreadlocks? Let's say you wanted to know what you look like if you had dreadlocks. Maybe you're thinking about getting dreads, but it's kind of a big deal because you kind of can't take the dreadlocks out once they're fully set in. Well, you can kind of, give yourself an idea what you might look like with dreadlocks. And you can just try to hit this a few different times. You can also use greater descriptions of the kind of dreadlocks you want, maybe even say dreadlocks like so-and-so. Maybe there's someone who is known for having a certain kind of dreadlocks. You can say that kind of dreadlock specifically. What if you want like neon colors, some crazy dreadlocks with neon colors? We can do that. And we can see, look at it's even recreating the background. So it's way better than Photoshop, because if you try to do something like this in Photoshop, it's not going to recreate the background and stuff. And look how fast we're able to generate these cool ideas and see what it does with it. If you didn't want anything on her shoulder, you can just erase on the shoulder and try it again. So for example, I get this eraser tool here, and I can erase the mask that's on the shoulder so it doesn't try to use those pixels. And then I can invoke this again, and I'm going to have these colorful neon dreads, but without it affecting the shoulders. And bam, that's what she would look like if she had some crazy dreads. And you can do just all kinds of stuff. You can say, something like, say woman with, it works better. Now, it's going to try to utilize the pixels that are there, so it might not expand the afro to make it much bigger. But in this case, actually, it did kind of expand it out and use some extra pixels there from the background. And then you can like save that and then try it again, and then like accept that and then try it again and see what happens. And so because there's like these two different tones, if you wanted to not do that, you can go in and kind of just paint a basic idea of the kind of shape of the afro you want, and then bring it back in here and run that same thing again, and it will use that same shape you just kind of painted in there. But notice how it kind of changes the hairline too, which is kind of cool. So that's pretty neat, and you can always hit undo here to undo things. If you want to go back to some previous thing you had before, like we can just go right back to the beginning, for example. And so just to show you what that's like, I'm going to go ahead and also paint here. And I'm going to say something like woman with skater hair. Just see how does it interpret that. And you can use all different kinds of hairdos, like I said, and just see what it comes up with. And so that's one thing it came up with, skater hair. Look at that crazy wild. I don't know why it went so tall with that. And that's kind of an interesting dude. You can say, what if they had cyberpunk hair? Or you can maybe try, anyway, cyberpunk hair. So it might utilize ideas from the video game, whatever. You can say like specific characters, things like that. And so that's kind of cool, right? So you can do all these cool different things here with the hair. Well, what if we wanted to do like a man or something? By the way, if you want to go bald, it's going to be difficult because what it needs to do is it needs to utilize the pixels that are already there. So you see all these pixels of the hair is already there. It needs to turn those pixels into something. So when I try to make her bald, it could do it, but it's going to do it at the cost of trying to change all those pixels into something. And so in that case, I don't know why I didn't show it, but in that case, it's trying to turn it into the background, as you see. And then I can try it again. I accept that, and I'm going to try it again and see if now that it has this background, I can see if it can turn her bald now. But see, there's still these pixels here, and it's trying to do something with those pixels. You could try turning this up like really high, and then see if it'll try to override that, but it still wants to turn those pixels into something. So it might try to turn it to a hat or something in the background or extend her head or whatever. So it doesn't work so good all the time when you want to go bald. So what I recommend doing is to take it into something like Photoshop first, and then get rid of all the pixels of the hair. So kind of like just paint it towards like some background colors and stuff, and then just like maybe paint out her hair to like a skin color, just a really quick sloppy job. You don't have to be good at this, and then you can turn that into a bald person. What about a man? So I took this picture of Bruce Willis from online, and then I just quickly in Paint Storm just painted some hair here, gave him a better, because he had a pretty receding hairline in this movie, so I gave him a better hairline here and just kind of painted in really fast just to have something there, some pixels for this program to work with. And also I kind of colored out some of the background there, so I'm going to color the background too. That way it chooses something for the background that kind of matches everything. And then we're going to say man with, let's say, 50s hairstyle. Sorry about the dogs in the background. Let's turn this down. Right, so you can try this. Let's see what happens, man with 50s hairstyle. You can also try different things like, say, blonde and things like that. Sometimes it might want to, make it darker hair, but you can try blonde. Let's just see what happens if we try blonde, because it's not like there weren't blonde people back in the 50s or anything. And usually if you have the strength up high enough, it'll do that for you. So here we have Bruce Willis with a blonde hair, a 50s hairstyle. What if we said man with Brad Pitt hairstyle? Let's see. He had a bunch of different hairstyles, but let's see which one it goes with here. And that's pretty cool. So it looks like it's doing one of his newer hairstyles that he had. And there we go. Now you can be very specific. You can give it very specific names of hairstyles. It's going to know what those are, and you can see like, do I want my hair cut like this? So it's a good way you can take your own photo of yourself, put it in this program, and then do what I'm doing right now and just change your hairstyle to different things and see, hey, is that something that I would like to have? And yeah, so I just noticed I have some not safe for work images over here on the right hand side. They're kind of small. I might have to blur those out. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. Let's go man with Superman hair and see what it does. And lastly, I'm going to tell you what I'm using up here, a different model. So when you get Invoke AI, that one's kind of interesting. When you get Invoke AI, it comes with only a few different models. And Dreamlike Diffusion is one of the ones it comes with and is ready to rock and roll right from the get-go. Now in my course, I show you how to easily get all the other models and stuff. It's really easy to do. But you'll see this model gives you different results. You want to make sure to put Photo Real up here if you're using photos. But you can also do this for, let's go with brown hair. You can also do this if you're using like a comic character or just any type of drawing and it's going to match that style. Then also just kind of tell it the style you're going for. Now one thing I notice is when I use this one though, with Photo Real on it, even though this was made for more of a comic style, it actually does really good, I think, with hairstyles. That's what I've been using this whole time, and it works awesome. It just gives me more cooler hairstyles, I think. And so that's fantastic. I like Bruce Willis with this hairstyle, so Bam, and then you can just hit this right here to download the image, and now you have the image saved to your computer, goes to your download folder, and you can use that for other things, which is awesome, right? So here's another one I did of Bruce Willis. I told it Superman hairdo, and this is what it came up with. So hey, if you've enjoyed this at all, like, do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe and like and leave like 20 comments and donate money. No, I'm just kidding. Look at, how about this? Instead of doing all of that, how about just hit the like button? That's more than helpful. Because if you found this video useful or entertaining or anything of value, then someone else probably will too. But the only way they're going to be able to ever see it is if it gets in the YouTube algorithms. And a way to do that is by hitting the like button. It really helps. And leaving a comment helps too if you want to do that. And if you want to learn more of these kinds of techniques, well, then check out my course. I linked to it in the description of this video. It also has a pinned comment. It's on sale right now for only $13, normally $124. And I go through everything: how to install Invoke AI, how to install new models, how to use it, and then a bunch of different techniques. And we go step by step how to create these awesome works of art that I think that you would enjoy doing. And you can actually use it if you have even just an inkling of talent as an artist. You can turn that into professional artworks. And here's just one example that we actually do in the course, or we do one very, very similar to this. And I take you through it step by step. You might think, there's no way I can do that. And yeah, it seems that way, but you can. So check it out. It's really awesome. Here's my new DeviantArt account. I just updated the name, so now it's deviantart.com/masterpaintingnow.com, or literally just masterpaintingnow.com. So, right. Check it out. I have a bunch of other artwork on there that's not safe for work, so keep that in mind. But anyway, until next time.